Welcome back everybody to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 72. If you happen to be new here, feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on every hyped sneaker. Essentially in this series, we go over sneakers that received updates throughout the week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Jordans, Yeezys, and more. But with that short little intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into the first update. Kicking it off for today, we have some very exciting news regarding none other than Travis Scott once again after discussing him last week as well. If you guys recall, back in September of 2020, we discussed a new Jordan 6 that may potentially be releasing in spring of 2021. That was the Jordan 6 Khaki, which Z Sneakerheads provided a mock-up for at the time. Now we have great news. This pair is confirmed to be releasing publicly now and potentially as early as mid-April for $250. We also got in-hand images of the sample materials. This is not exactly what the pair will look like, but it will be extremely similar, if not essentially the exact same thing. So evidently it's a little bit different than the initial colorway we saw on the mock-ups, but I think this is definitely better considering it looks much different compared to the original Jordan 6 that we saw, whereas the mock-up was extremely similar to that. Regardless, when these do end up dropping, you certainly can expect them to be very profitable with an incredible margin. And of course, I will be making a how to cop guide for these, so be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications. Moving on, we now have the exact release date for the Jordan 11 Cool Gray re-release. Before, we knew that they were going to be dropping sometime in the holiday season, but now they are confirmed to be dropping on December 11th in celebration of the 20th anniversary. These drop for $220, and regarding resale, you should expect them to be very similar to what we saw on the Jordan 11 Bread and Jordan 11 Concord initially. Demand will certainly be amazing on these, but due to the expected massive stock, there will only be about small profit with a subpar margin on these. Nothing too significant. Regardless, I definitely need a personal pair. Let me know if you guys are feeling the exact same way as me. Moving on, the Jordan 1 Pollen is now confirmed to be releasing on August 21st for $170. We also got a much more detailed mock-up from what we saw last time we discussed these pairs, courtesy of Pirates. It appears that there will be nubuck on the majority of the upper compared to what we initially expected being leather. Regarding resale, you can expect these to be profitable with a good margin as well, one of the many Jordan ones to look forward to. Moving on, the Jordan 5 Low Chinese New Year has loaded onto Nike sneakers to be dropping on January 23rd for $215. The upper reveals a super interesting design, and I'm personally a really big fan of this. I just really wish that these were on a Jordan 5 High in comparison to a Jordan 5 Low. Let me know what you guys think about that. In terms of profitability though, considering we're still 2 weeks out and demand is already around $300, I'm not feeling too great considering the retail is a whopping $215 for Jordan 5 Low. That high retail unfortunately really eliminated a lot of potential wiggle room for these. At best, you might be able to make a little bit of lunch money off of these. Overall, I don't really have good expectation. Then, courtesy of Leak Sneakers, we got an in-hand look at the Jordan 1 Shadow 2.0. These are going to be releasing on May 15th for $170. Expect these to be profitable with a decent margin as well. Moving on, Nike has loaded official images for the Jordan 1 Hyper Royal. The drop on April 17th for $170. These definitely look very similar to what you saw on the Turbo Green Jordan 1s. For those of you who do recall those, expect these to be profitable as well with a good margin too. Then we got a detailed in-hand look at the Jordan 1 Fusion Red that we discussed last week. If you guys recall, these will be dropping on June 21st for $170. Expect these to be profitable with a good margin as well. Now with Jordans out of the way, now regarding Yeezys, unfortunately once again this week, there aren't too many exciting updates. In fact, only one for today, and it's definitely far from exciting. The Yeezy 380 Yekurite will be releasing in a full family size run now, but unfortunately, by now 380s have lost all of their hype. Personal only for all sizes when it comes to these on the drop on January 16th, not suggested for resale purposes unfortunately. Moving on to some miscellaneous sneakers though, with the Yeezys out of the way, we got a detailed look at the Nike Sakai Blazer Low. This is only one of the two colorways, the other is orange, but these should be dropping in February for $120 each. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Even though they won't have the highest demand since it's a Sakai collab, it's still going to be pretty solid, and the low retail leaves plenty of room for a great margin as well. Moving on, we have some great news regarding Fragment collabs. It looks like we are going to be getting 3 pairs of Dunk High Fragment collabs in November of 2021 for $150 each. Expect all of these to be very profitable with great margins as well. Then we got our very first in-hand look at the Dunk Low Free 99 pack. This is the unfinished version, but they should look essentially the same same. These dropped this summer for $110 each. Expect them to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Moving on, official images have loaded for the Supreme Dunk Lows. These will be releasing next Supreme season on both Supreme and Nike for $120 each, which luckily isn't too far away at this point. Expect all pairs to be very profitable with great margins. I personally really love the brown pair combined with the gold axe. Let me know what you guys think about them though. Nike also loaded official images for the Dunk High Noter collab. These will be releasing in the next couple of months for $150. I will keep you guys updated on the exact date as I don't have it right now, so be sure to enable post notifications and subscribe if you haven't yet. In terms of resale, definitely expect these to be very profitable with a great margin as well. Then this summer we will be seeing another Admbush collab, this time the royal blue colorway, mock-up courtesy of Z Sneakerheads. Expect these to be very profitable as well with a great margin, similar to the prior pair we recently saw. Then the same goes for the Chicago colorway. The only difference for this one is that this isn't a mock-up. I actually saw one of the Admbush models wearing these just a couple of days ago, so definitely a lot to look forward to. Anyway, that'll conclude it for today. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast, residential proxies or pre-verified Nike sneakers accounts. Last but not least, make sure to follow KeithAdam10 and Personals4You on Twitter, just so you guys stay 100% in the loop whenever any urgent updates come out, such as shock drops, restocks, etc. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.